Okay, let's look at the fate of the opposition. In the light of the gale of defections and, of course, all that we've been seeing happening with the oppositions, despite the denial about sliding into one-party state or not, are you probably worried that we might be going to 2027 elections without a viable opposition?
Sorry, we already have a viable opposition, the African Democratic Congress. It's settled. Look at our formation. From the north central, from the southeast, from the south, from the southwest. And I read Beshola, Erotimi, Kenneth Okonkwo, and Atiku Abubakar, Tambua, David Mark. I just mentioned from the 6 geopolitical zones. Powerful people in ADC.
True, but not in control of your states.
They are in solid control of their states. ADC of the new one was just recognized September 10th. That was when INEC put us in their register. That's when we legally have the power to do something as a political party. And we have just lasted for 1 month plus. And you can see, the whole Nigerians now have realized that PDP and LP are dead. When I talk, I don't talk politics. I don't play politics with facts. I don't play politics with law. That's why they call me a public affairs analyst. I'm a technocrat. When I told Nigerians that PDP and LP, we are dead, they can now see that I wasn't jiving. PDP itself said they are now a corpse. Then they said they are now a carcass. They've called themselves undertakers. And they want to go and bury PDP. Let me warn any candidate, any aspirant that wants to collect any form from PDP, don't say Kenneth Okonkwo did not tell you. You may not contest the next election. Because PDP, as it stands now, the national chairman and national secretary do not even agree on signing notice of meeting. And as you can see, the national secretary has suspended the national chairman, and national chairman has suspended the national secretary. So that division, which the constitution recognized, that gives a party the right to defect, has arisen in PDP. Because the definition by Supreme Court that it must be such that the party has become paralyzed and cannot function from the national level. And that is what is happening now. PDP Wadata Plaza has been taken over by thugs and gangs. And the national chairman and national secretary cannot agree. Meaning, any candidate that is brought by the national chairman, the national secretary will not sign. Any candidate that is brought by the national secretary, the national chairman will not sign. And they say that national chairman and secretary should sign these things. So as PDP stands now, they cannot operate. And with this court judgment that said every party must be held accountable to their constitution, which I agree. Because anytime an organization is doing something outside their constitution, that's anarchy. It's against the rule of law. So I agree that the courts have the right to hold every party accountable to their own constitution, not to courts or to their own. The constitution made it clear that parties should, in their own constitution and rules, make provision for democratic election of posts. So anytime they are not flourishing internal democracy, why do you think I keep insisting on internal democracy by parties? The courts should have the duty to hold parties accountable to their constitution. This is different. This is not about interfering in their internal affairs. No. Interfering in their internal affairs is like the party say they want Mr. A to be chairman, and one person from nowhere comes to say, no, I don't like Mr. A. It has to be Mr. C. But democratically, the party has followed its own constitution. The court will tell you, no, you don't have to interfere in the internal affairs of the political party, and I agree. But when the party, for instance, say they want to organize the convention, there are rules. You give notice to INEC, 21 days, and they say if without that notice, it's invalid. Now, assuming they don't honor it, then you want the court to say, no, the law is that you don't interfere in the internal affairs. That means you are making the court now to make law. It's not their duty. The law the legislature made is that if you don't give the 21 notice, it's invalid. The duty of the court is to interpret the law, not to make it. So if you say that the courts have said that they do not interfere in the internal affairs of a political party, and then that means that the political party can do whatever they like. No. That means you're now saying the court should make laws, because that's not what the law says. The court is there to interpret the laws, and the law is that if you do not follow your constitution, if you don't do certain things, the law say it is invalid. So I don't have a problem the courts holding parties accountable to their constitutional rules, but I have a problem when members of a political party want to use the instrumentality of the judiciary to destroy their own party. That's what happened in PDP. Forget all those talk. The reason for all this crisis is that the people in PDP who are in charge of PDP have endorsed Tinubu as their presidential candidate in 2027, and they are using every means, including the courts, to make sure that PDP is destabilized so that they will not have viable candidates to oppose President Tinubu. Let me tell you, isn't it strange that the G5 told you they want to support Tinubu? They supported it in 2023. And from 2023, they say, maybe G4 now or whatever, led by Wiki, they say they will support him again in 2027. Is it not strange that they say they will not leave PDP? So why do you think they are still remaining in PDP? They don't want to leave, and PDP will survive again and become a viable party. They say they want to remain in PDP. Isn't it that strange? Wike, for instance, the local government election they had in Rivers State, APC won 20. He now allocated 4 to PDP, and he's still remaining in PDP. And he said he has endorsed the presidential candidate, even when they had made PDP now to cede the endorsement to South. They made PDP to zone the presidency to the South for the 2027. That was why I was telling PDP that they don't have sense. Why don't they have sense? The same people that have told you that have endorsed another president candidate, you are placing them in authority, even to the level of national secretary, where you know that the national secretary can now hold you to ransom. So the issue here is that PDP is dead, and it is because the people that want it dead say they will remain in the party, and the party, sorry to use this word, foolishly allowed them. How can somebody work against the party in 2023 and he say, okay, it's because the party did not do the right thing? Now they compel the party to zone the ticket to the South. I remember I told PDP, this is not a zoning to the South, it's a zoning to Tinubu. The same people that say zone to the South are the same people again who are cooking up other excuses to make sure that PDP do not present a viable candidate for 2027. The whole idea of saying zoning to the South is to cut off the North. Now ADC has come, and ADC will not cut off any section. We are going to do an internal democracy, and we have rotated the presidency between North and South. It was rotated in 2023. In 2027, it will be, because second term is a referendum on the incumbent. The question is your life better in 2023 as it is now? Are we going to give an incumbent who has destroyed our international relations, destroyed our economy, destroyed everything, a second term? If not, who is that Nigerian who has not had any opportunity to destroy Nigeria, who will be given the chance to become the president, wherever he is from? What we need now is deliverance from the incompetence and corruption of the APC. So we are not in a one-party state, because we have a viable opposition now in ADC. And ADC, we are consolidating in every... Remember, when you come into a party, you had the state executive, you have the local government executive, you have the ward executive. So you have to be careful the way you harmonize, because new people are coming in. Otherwise, you will destroy everything. You know, Jesus Christ built a garden, and the disciples came to him and said, Master, you sowed only good seed. How come there are weeds? Let us go and remove the weed. He said, no. Why removing the weed? you may remove the plant because they are all tender. Leave both of them to grow together. When they now get mature, you'll be able to remove the weed without affecting the plant. That's what ADC is doing. ADC is methodical. ADC is intentional and gradual to ensure the harmonization of the executives from the polling unit level while still running away from the traps set by APC. APC is still chasing us from everywhere, trying to hook us, to give us political backhand. And we are defending ourselves, being very careful. So there is no one-party state in Nigeria. God has destroyed the intention of APC for a one-party state. God has created ADC, and I enjoin every Nigerian to join ADC, because 2027 is going to be the people of Nigeria against APC. They should forget about these defections and this. I was in APC, and I will tell you that even APC members are not satisfied with APC. They are not. Because what APC does, a governor comes in today in a state and you now say the governor is the leader. All the people that fought for Tinubu, all, immediately they are sidelined. And the governor they fought against, that was fighting against Tinubu in 2023, they say he's now the leader of the state. Do you think they will keep quiet? No, they will not keep quiet. But the time will come. Tinubu is a one-term president, and ADC is going to form the next government in 2027 by the grace of God.
Let's wrap up this way. The APC now has majority in both the House of Reps and the Senate. What are the opposition doing to checkmate us sliding into totalitarianism?
Good. First of all, APC had always had that supermajority from day one. That was when I cancelled in my mind all the opposition. Do you know that the opposition had majority in the House of Representatives when they came in? Yet, they have not opposed any bill. There is no bill that ever, when they were told they were going to be giving SUVs, did you hear any opposition person rise against it? You know what Shetima said? Shetima said that the governor of Enugu State, Governor Peter Amba, has always had his broom hidden under the umbrella. That's an indictment that he has always been an APC member from beginning. So all those people you say that are defective, no. They've always had their broom hidden under the umbrella. They were just waiting for the time. Because there is no opposition in National Assembly. None. Change national anthem within 48 hours. Even though I support this national anthem we're singing now. I support it very well. That was the national anthem. Even when they brought the Arise of Compassion, that was the national anthem we used to go on protest in the university. So students and young people never actually accepted this Arise of Compatriot. No, Nigeria, we held the national anthem that starts with Nigeria. I support it. So, but then the issue is that a Tinubu want tax reforms. You will not see vociferous opposition from the opposition. The people that oppose Tinubu in National Assembly are APC members more than the opposition, except when it comes to the issue of dividing money and dividing position. So there has never been opposition in National Assembly with respect. They've always had the super majority. Tell me one thing that the opposition opposed and won in the National Assembly. So that should not bother any Nigerian, because from day one, APC have always had the super majority in the National Assembly. That's what we call them, photocopy National Assembly. That is without making a difference of whether you're APC, PDP. It's a photocopy. In other words, it's just a duplicate of the executive. So there is no opposition in the National Assembly. Sorry, from the one. And you can see the danger when a party cannot be an opposition party. That is why PDP and LP are dead today. If they had constituted, what I told the members of the House of Assembly when we had a meeting the first time, I said, please stick together among yourselves. Nigeria is not expecting you to win in any bill. But when they see that you are constructive opposition, and that the opposition, when they count the numbers, they will see the 34. They will have confidence in you. And by the next election, they will say you are the preferred party. That if you go there and you join yourself with APC, you will disappear. And your political career will be gone. All these people that are going into APC, that's why I told you that APC will implode. They will produce only one candidate. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it happens. But there is no one party in Nigeria. Nigeria cannot be one party. PDP tried it in the past, even printed one form for Goodluck Jonathan. There were endorsements for Goodluck Jonathan everywhere, but he still lost the election. Tinubu is going to go the way of Jonathan in 2027. He will lose the election, and the ADC will form the next government. The people will rise up and speak, and Tinubu will be gone. Back to body law.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure once again.
God bless
having you. Once again, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.